What up? It's your boy Dick Incredible, man. Yes, I am back at it again. And as you can tell from the title, it's me talking about manga. These are 5 Isekai manga that I have picked up recently and I just thoroughly enjoyed. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that I love me some Isekai, man. I love me some Isekai with a passion. And these 5 manga stood out to me, and the characters themselves are wonderful characters, and the story itself is very captivating, and it just brings all of these manga have something different that they bring to the table. So let's dive into the first one and talk about it, man. If you have read any of these, comment down below and let me know. I'll put the names down there so you guys can check them out. And but if you have read any of these and you would like to talk about them, comment down below and let me know, because I enjoy all 5 of these and I would love to talk about them with someone, man. So let's get it. Chillin Different World Life of the Ex-Brave candidate was Cheat from level 2. Banaza, who got summoned to the Magic Kingdom of Cry Road as a hero candidate due to having only the abilities of only a regular citizen, got treated as a disqualified hero. He who originally was supposed to be returned to his original world due to the Magic Kingdom's mistake became unable to return to his original world, inevitably has to live in this world. The kind of person, the moment he became level 2, acquired all skills and magics and transcended into a super cheat with all ability points broken through the limit. Even so, he does things at his own pace with an easygoing smile. Now, I want to talk about it, but I don't want to give anything away in case you haven't read it. Sure, it has your typical tropes with the character being super OP and cheats and all of this other stuff, and him being transported to another world, but it brings something different to the table as well. It has all of that stuff, and sure, but the MC brings something different to the table as well. He's not your typical MC. Like, because he had some own stuff, he had his own stuff going on in his own world that was similar to the world that he got transported to. So when he got there, it wasn't a shock for him or anything like that. He was pretty, well met. He understood pretty much the dynamics of everything that was going on, but he just ended up being pushed aside because they assumed he didn't have these powers. But as soon as he hit level 2, he got bumped up with all these powers, and he was a cheat. So I would love to talk about it more, but I don't want to spoil anything if you feel like you want to read it. So definitely check this one out. It gives the MC a different light to look at, if you will, and I feel like it's definitely worth checking out, and the characters are enjoyable characters. The second one is, I honestly don't even know how to, okay, maybe this is the English translation. Regarding about the display of the outrageous skill. I'm going to leave it at that, but the actual title is Tondemo Skill D Isekai Hourou Meshi. I hope that's right. There's no synopsis, but it's 37 chapters, and excuse me. The story's nice. It's sure. It's another character that got transported to this world, but he got summoned with, like, I want to say 3 other people, but his skills wasn't quite up to par or match with everybody else's, so he decided not to be a hero. He decided to go off on his own, and the people in the kingdom allowed him to do so. They gave him some. I want to say they gave him some change and some money, and he decided to go off and do on his own thing. But I want to talk about it so bad, but I don't want to spoil anything. I feel like you really should read this one. The other one, like, I enjoyed it, and you may or may not, but like this one, I think everyone would definitely enjoy because it brings something different to the table. Sure, there's some powers in the stats, and there's a lot of stuff going on, but there's characters that you enjoy in the MC is completely different from your typical MC when it comes to an isekai. Now, I feel like if I talk about it anymore, I would definitely have to spoil some stuff, so I'm gonna leave it at that, but I'll drop all of these in the description and you can check them out yourself. The third one is, what is the third one? Actually, this one is going to be turned into an anime. So it's only, how many chapters is this one? There's only 20 chapters in this one. I actually read this one because I saw that it was going to be turned into an anime. So I said, well, I'll see if the manga's okay, and then I'll check out the anime. Tensei Kenjino Isekai Raifu, aka life as a reincarnated sage in another world, or gaining a second profession and becoming the strongest in the world. OP right off the rip. Like, I read it and dude was OP, but this is the description. Sono Yuji, a black company employee, is summoned to another world while finishing his work at home. His profession in the other world, a monster tamer, is considered a job that makes it difficult to become an adventurer. However, thanks to some slimes he met, which read several magic books, he gained magical powers in the second profession, Sage. Yuji acquired overwhelming power but is concise of his strength, blindly becoming unparalleled and strongest in the world. Now, right off rip, dude becomes super strong, and we just see him like diving straight into the first chapter. We see everything just boom, bam, and it's done right off rip. But what I loved about this was, sure, he's OP, and it's constantly, reading these chapters is constantly there, and it's very evident, and it's very typical of Isekai. But there were aspects and moments that I actually ended up enjoying. And thinking back while reading this, is very similar to the other one I just talked about. Like, sure, Isekai tends to follow a trend with their characters and stuff, and definitely this one is definitely spot on to the next one, to the last one I just mentioned. But they hold their own. Like, they're very similar, but they're worlds apart, if you ask me. While reading both of these, I realized that, like, they're both very good, but they're their own world, if you will. Sure, the characters, the MCs are very, very similar, but there's something to be brought to the table about both of these characters that are very, very different. And I feel like you would enjoy both of them, but I feel like the other one you would definitely enjoy more. And this one is it's good, but it's, I feel like the other one is more diverse, if you ask me. The next one is the world's best assassin reincarnated in a different world as an aristocrat. Now, I went into this thinking it was going to be like, oh, well, he got transported to the other world, and boom, bam, next thing you know, he's an assassin again. But while reading it, it gets a little, I guess you could say, underhanded by the stuff that's going on. But I'll read the description and tell you about it a little bit. The eldest son of the assassin aristocrat, Tower Hades, the skill, experienced knowledge in the previous life, magic, all of which grows his power as an assassin. Excellent assassins passed through. He was usually admired as the ideal lord, and behind it wielded a blade as an assassin. This description told you nothing about this, but I don't know who wrote this description, but they were wrong for that. But that description told you nothing. It's 11.3 chapters, and the story is like this one character got reincarnated. He was an assassin, but he got reincarnated into the world of an aristocrat, but these aristocrats also double as assassins. Now, the funny thing is that you'd think it'd be simple, but dude is not OP. He's strong, but he's not OP. Well, I take that back. He's a little OP, but not a lot, because like he couldn't defeat the person he needed to defeat right off the bat if he was to go ahead and fight them in the world. That's not the case. But he's strong enough to handle his own in certain fights. But what I love about it the most is that you see the character really transition from how his former self used to be to how he is presently. And that's only 11 chapters in. You get to see the character development 11 chapters in from our MC. Then we got some people and some extra characters along the scenes, which are fun and you enjoy. But you get to see the character development, the MC character development right off rip from the very beginning. And it's 11 chapters in. So I enjoyed this one as well. I think that's it. No, I had one more. My bad. Okay. This one I actually just read last night, and it's like 7 chapters. But it's different, but it's good. Like, I enjoyed it. The conquest of the world starts with the civilization of ruin. Like, just these titles, man. These titles are nice. Ira Takuto succumbed to an illness as a young age and ended up reincarnating in the world that resembled the strategy simulation game Eternal Nations, of which he loved playing when alive. What appeared in front of him was Ato, a girl belonging to the evil civilization that he used to play as, Mynoghra, I think. The two of them decide to create a new country in this world once again. Off rip, this was legit, man. The MC is like the Lord of Ruin or Destruction or whatever he is. But in all actuality, he's not that person. Like that's his character. It's kind of like it's very similistic. I can even talk. Similar to like Overlord, like where like in his real life he wasn't like that, but since he got reincarnated as Ainz, you know, like dude is on another level. And I don't complain, you know, I love me some Ainz. But this dude is like kind of like reverse of that. He got reincarnated to his character, and his character is like the epitome of evil, but he doesn't want to be, like, if you kind of understand where I'm coming from. But 7 chapters in, and you kind of get a grasp of the story a little bit, but I feel like I need more to kind of get like a general understanding. But right off rip with these 7 chapters, it looks intense, man, and stuff happens right in those last couple chapters, and like you're already engulfed into what's going to take place. You're already looking at like, well, I need more chapters to find out what's going to take place, because you get into the heat of everything in these last couple chapters. I really wanted to talk about these more. Maybe if I was reading them on the channel, I would talk about them more, but since I want you guys to check them out, if you haven't checked them out, I didn't want to spoil anything too much about these isekai. But if you check them out, comment down below and let me know. And if you have read them, also comment down below and let me know. I would love to talk about them and see what you guys thought about these mangas anyway. But that's it, man. I just thought I'd share that with you guys about some of the manga that I decided to read. This is your boy, Incredible. Don't forget to smash the like button so you can't smash it anymore. Comment down below and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them, and subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. And remember that anime matters, anime is greatness, and anime is life, and manga matters as well, man. Peace out. I'm doing my thing.